Yes, top of the evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is the Source Experience, Shanewz Boxing, Media Marketing, Management, Motion Talk. Um, I want to chop it up with y'all this evening. I got a couple of topics. Um, the key topic to start the show off, though, man. We need answers, man, and I need some of you guys to especially, and I'm trying to be nice tonight. Hold on, let me make sure that I'm coming through crystal clear. I want to make sure that the levels and everything are good, that you can hear me. We want to make sure the levels. You hear Brownie, right? That is Brownie Brown on the scene. We want to make sure that the levels is good. We're gonna drop some gems, man. The levels is good. Yes, the levels are good. Yo, Brown, you gotta keep it down, man. We are trying to record. Shout out to Christopher White, first one in the building. But I want to speak on this right here, right? Now, we need some of you you insiders, right? You guys that do big numbers on this YouTube, and you deem that to make you credible in the industry and boxing. We need some of you guys to come to the forefront. Right? We need you guys to come to the forefront because we need some stuff answered, right? Hold on one second. Brownie, you gotta keep it down, brother. You gotta keep it down. You gotta shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You was hollering when you didn't want to be outside, right? You didn't want to be outside, right? So now you're in the house and you're still barking. Shut the fuck up. Yes, pardon the language, y'all. I had to have those discussions with my animal, right? He was hollering about being outside, right? Now that he's indoors, like, dude, you're gonna stay in the cage. You're gonna stay in your crate. You're not running around the house. You're not running around the house. You're gonna stay in your crate. You're gonna stay in your crate. Should have stayed outside, right? It's a nice day. But let me get back to you. See this right here. It's all gonna make sense, but I'm gonna leave this up there on the screen. Make sure you guys can see this. Can you guys see this? No, you can't. I didn't even share the screen yet. See, my dog distracted me, but let me share the screen real quick. Education 101 real quick, right? But like I said, please share this. Let some of the more notable YouTubers, look, I'm being nice there. I'm not going to call people boxing bums. But let some of the more notable YouTubers that think because they have other bums and people who really don't do shit in boxing sitting around and fucking with them that they know what they're talking about. So if we look right here, these are the biggest U.S. combat sport gates in history. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson just made it. They just fought this past Friday in Dallas, Texas, right? They 18.1 million gate. But we see another fighter up there who I'm going to speak on, who I'm going to start the show on. Gervonta Davis. Because Gervonta Davis is, quote unquote, if you listen to a lot of the YouTubers, the YTC content creators, is one of the faces of boxing. And he has a gate of 22.8 with Ryan Garcia. But yet, we just witnessed a press conference today for a fight for Amazon Prime to start their year off, Prime PBC. And it's not Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis was scheduled to fight, I believe, December, but it doesn't look like that is happening. Now, the YTC programmers and a lot of people want us to believe that Gervonta is a big draw, right? And we just see the numbers right there show that he did a gate of close to $23 million. But yet the industry is telling us different. The industry is telling us that there's no money for him. Because if this is the guy that did 23 million gate, face of boxing, pay-per-view star, but yet the first pay-per-view event of the next calendar year, 2025, is not going to be Gervonta Tank Davis. It's going to be the two Davids, which I think is going to fail. You know, it's going to fail, man. These guys, that's not a pay-per-view card. They had the press conference today, but I think the reason why that card is being put up is because unlike Gervonta and these other guys, respectfully, David Benavidez and David Morrell have actual promoters. Now, I broke down some of the things that promoters do. Are you guys following that, or do you want me to slow down a little bit? Am I giving you too much sauce right now, or do you need me to slow down? Please let me know, because I don't want to lose you. And for the ones that's going to play it back, I wish you was in here live to let me know, right? But because I don't want to lose you guys, right? So if Gervonta Davis, it looked like we see right here on the screen, did this big, massive gate of almost $23 million, but yet they don't have the funds to put up for his fight, or they don't want to put the funds up for his fight, or the network, because remember, this is what we've been told, and you know, some of us have been told this, but others have been told other things. Apparently, Prime is not giving them a budget, and it's looking like they're doing that again. But my question is, and please, you guys that sit around for hours and hours and you debate things, why aren't you debating this? Why aren't you debating that this man could register a gate of close to $23 million, but yet they're pushing his fights back? And another guy that's on there, and we're going to get to him, Spencer Crawford did 21 million, but he was set to fight Fondora, but yet that fight hasn't been announced. Remember all these reports, they're going to fight in November, they're going to fight in January, but the first fight that is officially announced, and they had the presser, is the two Davids. But my question is this, and please, you know, I'm a guy that nobody likes to listen to, but yet I produce. I'm really doing the things that I speak on. But my question is this: if all the stuff that these YTC insiders, these content creators, these guys with all these sources, why aren't the big fish, the biggest, nor Gervonta Davis coming out the gates first? If they are the two guys that are on this list, biggest USA combat sports gates in history, but yet they're not on the marquee. One of the guys even lost his date. Gervonta lost his date, man. He was supposed to fight Lamont Roach, and it fell through. So my question is, how can that be possible if these guys are what we've been programmed to believe that they make the most money, they're the biggest draws? How is that possible? See, I think a lot of times you sit around and you listen to people on YouTube who are basically fans with a platform. Because one thing about YouTube, anybody can make a YouTube channel. There is really no qualifications. It's not like you go somewhere, and I'm gonna use my position. Like you go and you be like, okay, I have a CDL license. I've been driving for XYZ. I also could operate a loader. I can operate heavy machinery. I could do all these. When you set up a YouTube boxing channel or account, you could be a total bum. You could be somebody that just sits around all day with nothing going on and talk about boxing. There's no qualification to say that, you can't speak on boxing. That's why you can't be upset with my boxing personality character when I call people bums. When I say it's nothing but a bunch of bums discussing boxing with no emotion, because that's what it is. And now a lot of these bums, they can't even explain the fact that Gervonta Davis, who I just showed, is number 5. Him and Ryan Garcia with the 5th largest gate in combat history in the U.S. did not get the first date. And his date got pushed back. His fight got canceled. So we need some explanations, man. And like I said, hopefully these guys that you deem to be successful, you deem to be all these things in boxing, but they don't show you nothing that they do in boxing other than come on a YouTube channel, which you really don't need no qualifications for to start. But hopefully y'all caught that sauce, man. But look at this, man. This right here, I got to stick with this before I move on, right? Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, they did $18 million. Hopefully my young boy, Killer, M. Killer's listening to this, because M. Killer goes hard for Earl Spence. M. Killer says Earl Spence is the biggest. Earl Spence has fought how many times in the same place where Mike Tyson and Jake Paul just fought? I think 3 to 4 times, man. Has Earl Spence ever made $18 million at Jerry's World? He's on the list, though. Shout out to him and Terrence. That fight was long overdue. They made $21 million in Vegas. But all the times that Earl Spence has fought, and I talked about this, man, the other day. Now the numbers are out. I said, man, you guys always talk about Earl Spence being this big commodity. Why hasn't he ever did that? And that's where he's from. Why hasn't he done that? Feel free. Anybody comment, man. There's 5 people in here, man. Comment, man. We just talking some boxing. But we're talking numbers, and the numbers are right there. If Jake Paul and Mike Tyson did $18 million in Jerry's World packs him out. It's a lot of people there. Why didn't Earl Spence ever do that? Granted, he fought Ugas. He fought Danny Garcia, but I think Danny Garcia fight might have been, pandemic. So we won't give him that one. But Mikey Garcia, man, that was when he did the biggest numbers there. He didn't make $18 million. The gate didn't make that. It's obvious it didn't, because it would be on this list. But, you guys have been programmed to believe that these guys are the biggest drawers. But the industry is telling us different. And then when somebody like myself, who not only knows industry people, talks to them, and I come on my platform and I point these things out, which I can do because YouTube boxing, like I said, what are the qualifications for YouTube boxing to be a boxing content creator? I think you just have to have a computer, or you don't even need a computer, a phone, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is free, right? That's why you get so many bums discussing boxing, and they brought the value down. But these are just things that make you go, Earl Spence and all of his fights in Jerry's World, where he is the biggest, has never made a $18 million gate. Now, granted, Jake Paul had Mike Tyson, who is an icon, even though he scared the shit out of that girl. Shout out to Little Jazz, man. He scared her. See, sometimes you can't let the kids interview certain people, but you know how this industry is. They just love to just push her. But man, Mike Tyson was just over the top, scared the shit out that little girl. But shout out to her doing a wonderful job. But yeah, he had an iconic dance partner, but still, 18 million is 18 million. And Earl Spence never did that there. Not even Canelo. I think they said Canelo did 9. And Canelo, the price was a lot cheaper with Billy Joe Saunders. He did a $9 million gate there. That was shattered by double, right? 9 and 9 is 18, right? A little bit math, I'm not a mathematician, but I'm not done with numbers. Man. Hopefully, we can get some, insiders, these Texas guys, you number guys, you you know, you insiders down there in Texas, please clean this up, man, because this doesn't look good, man. That the biggest never did the biggest numbers there, and that's where he's from. But let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. I don't want to stay on too long. I still got to go get my daughter in a little while. And I just wanted to come on and just, you know, talk a little bit tonight, man. Let's talk a little bit, man. So that was number one. Number two, man. Hopefully you guys can find out what's going on with Tank. Why the biggest, you know, they put out a fight for the two Davids. Neither one of those Davids is on this list. But Prime PBC was okay with signing off on those two fighting on pay-per-view. But yet, two guys that's on here that we were told on the YTC was scheduled to fight, one Fondora, the other Lamont Roach. The press conference was for neither one of them. Maybe you guys would debate that shit. You know, you guys love to debate. Debate that, man. Please, and if you do, just highlight me, man. Highlight me, man. Like I said, shout out to my man Ant Conquest in the building. Me and my guy was building behind the scenes, and I told him I've been on here for 6 years, right? In 6 years, I have successfully done things in boxing, not on YouTube, because, you know, a lot of YouTubers, content creators, fakers, bums, crash dummies, guys, they don't want to mention my name. A lot of times they don't really want to mention my name is because everything that I stood on and I said, I did, right? And I said I was going to do it without the support of YouTube, because unlike a lot of these guys, these fake it till these make it's, these guys that do all these big things on YouTube, what I noticed was that for all the big things that they did on YouTube, I never seen it transition over. They didn't do the Allen Iverson crossover on MJ. You know, they didn't. I didn't see them. None of that, right? What I did see that is, and shout out to Ant Consequences for I highlighted. I told him this behind the scenes. I said, only thing I noticed is that all of these guys are fake, right? They have some sort of a boxing YouTube presence, but where does it go from there? It doesn't go nowhere. And then when you see some of these guys in passing at fights, the ones that do cover fights, and they see you moving and grooving, they be like, damn. Then they even try to, this is what I say about this game. These guys really try to go behind your back. And they used to do it with me with Jackal Fitness. But see, with Jackal Fitness, I think God was doing things for me, right? Because it allowed for these people to do these things and try to attempt to do these things to me, for me to learn and grow, and not only learn and grow, kill all of the lies and the narratives that they was trying to place on me. So now you see how I move and groove. Not only do I move and groove, but also my entire family, my two daughters, my nephews, my brother, the whole unit, right? I think this year alone, right? Because we're closing in on another year. I think as a media company, because that's what I have. I do have my own media company. But I think as a boxing personality, because I am a boxing personality too, I think I ran laps on these guys without doing any views. Because the actual views that I did, not only did I produce them myself, they were all over, literally, internationally, just everywhere. These are facts. Does anybody want to debate this? No, they don't, right? That's why they don't even like to mention me. And then when I call people bums, because that's what they are, they're bums. You bums can't produce a goddamn thing. But let me get to my third and final topic. Shout out to Timothy Bradley. He has a new YouTube channel. Tim, man, when I see you, I'm going to get at you, Tim. You know me, man. You know how me and my brother do. You know how we do. Tim, you're running with the sauce, but you don't want to pull up on the sauce. You want to keep it raw, uncut, but you want to fuck with these old industry puppets. And I understand, because I think I'm too raw and uncut. Because, like I said, my boxing personality is what it is, man. If you can't accept it, you just ain't on the wave, man. But Timothy Bradley has a new YouTube platform, and it's allowing him to be a lot raw and uncut, right? Because, you know, on ESPN, a lot of you guys don't like him on ESPN. Y'all call him a company guy. Y'all call him a company coon. All these things. I watch the YouTube. He's doing the job. He's broadcaster of the year, Hall of Famer. It is what it is, right? But on YouTube now, his own platform, he can speak how he wants to speak. And I seen him get at Brian Norman Sr. and a lot of the boxing dads. Now, I agree with some of the stuff that he's saying, but I disagree with a lot too. I stand like this when it comes to this. See, boxing, it's the reason why you see a lot of guys that you be like, damn, and they call it stealing fighters or whatever, right? But this is what they do, right? A lot of times it is the fathers or it is the guys that you deem the amateur coaches, right? These are the guys that develop a lot of these fighters, right? Shout out to my man K. Karambe, Al Mitchell, right? Because right now, a lot of these young guys that you're seeing, whether it's Shakur Stevenson, Big Baby Jared Anderson, Troy Isley, Keyshawn Davis, these guys were all under K. Karambe at one point, man. But they are no longer with him. They're all shattered out. Keyshawn is with Bo Mack and them. Big Baby, I don't know who he's with right now. Like, you know, Shakur's with his grandfather, who he's always been with. But K was a part of that team as well. But boxing is like this, man. These guys always want to take somebody's fighter. And that's why when Tim said the fathers need to be out, maybe not, man. Because Tim, you was with your father. Shout out to your father, man. Senior. He was your trainer too, right? I think some of the fathers, the P. Diddy, no Diddy type fathers, all in the videos that, you know, they want to live through their sons. I think those fathers need to take a seat back. But the fathers that are doing their job, right? Guiding their ships, I don't see no problem with it. The only problem I see is when the fathers, like I said, Suge Knight voice, want to be all in the videos, dancing, singing. Kind of Shanewz boxing, man. Kind of Shanewz boxing, man. But Tim said the fathers need to be out the game, man. They need to be out the game. But I look at some of the best duos, man. Chad Mosley and Shane Mosley. That was a father-son dynamic. Floyd and Floyd. And then he went to jail and Roger took over. But that was the father-son combination. So some of the best boxing combinations. And I got the numbers right there. You show Floyd Mayweather's pound for pound one of the best fighters. Another one, shout out to cousin Roy. Roy was with his father for many years, right? This be the link. This be the link. But Timothy Bradley said he wants to be done with the fathers. I do not agree, Tim. Because if your father wasn't there for you, would have you been a Hall of Famer? See, that's the type of shit I would have asked him. Shout out to Mark Kriegel, right? When he would have said that, if I was on, if he called in my show, I don't do the calling shit, man. Like that, you know, they try to tell me to do that. I don't do the calling shit. But if I was the interviewer and he said that to me, I would have looked him square in his face and said, wait a minute, Desert Storm. You're a Hall of Famer. Wins over Pacquiao, Paratnikov. You damn near did the stinky leg and won that fight. If your father wasn't your trainer, do you think you would have been a Hall of Famer? So how can you say these things, Tim? Let that marinate in, man. Let that marinate in. Is that marinating in on y'all, man? Is that marinating in on y'all, man, tonight, man? You know, this is the Source Experience, media marketing, management, motion talk. But hopefully this right here sparks some things on the YTC. Some of you bums that sit around for hours with no growth. Motherfuckers don't have a goddamn growth. Well, another year is rolling around, man. We about to be eating turkey next week, right? It's next week, right? Gobble, gobble, right? Another year. you motherfuckers ain't did a goddamn thing in this boxing. You can't even show nothing, man. You motherfuckers can't show shit, right? And you are mad, right? Listen, you guys have some nerve, right, to be mad at the players, right? Because that's what, you know, when YouTube boxing, like I said, you don't need no qualifications, right? All you need is a email and access to the internet, and you can have a channel. But God damn it, if you don't have no substance, don't be mad at the players that have the substance. And I, God damn it, talk shit because not only do I have substance, like I said, my whole family has it with me now. And that is what I am most proud of, that my family has it with me. Day after day, always talking about boxing. Day after day, always talking about boxing, but never produce no views. All right. Oh man, I made it, man. Boxing Hall of Fame. Love. These guys tailor the tape. Oh, thank you so much. Oh man, awesome. Look what she says. Say thank you, man. Thank you. Look, we will be here tomorrow. Appreciate you so much. Man. Look at this, man. We in the building, man. The dudes by Shanewz, man. Hall of Fame, Boxing Hall of Fame, man. We outside, man. We're gonna meet Michael Spinks tomorrow, man. You know, you do have what? Options. Man, now this is hard right here. Look at these drawings of the greats. Emil Griffin, man. This guy had over, look at this record, 112 fights, 62 decisions, 23 KOs, 2 draws, 21 decisions. Like, man, this guy. Can you imagine having 112 fights? Yeah. Ready? Yeah, they got blues. They're gonna walk down. I told them just be. Yeah, but once you get to the ring, they're gonna send you back. It's okay. Oh, wait. I love this silence for you. say stay out here. What up, mama? What up? Shout out to the team for the support, man. That's right. Appreciate y'all, man. What's going on, Coach? What we looking like? Coach?
We gave the audience 7 rounds of a boxing clinic.
That's right.
8th round, we took them out.
That's right.
Easy breezy.
Yo, big. Yo, John, over here. All right.
So last time I saw you was in the next city. Talk to me about the progression tonight. What was expected from this opponent? What ended up happening in the ring?
I expected to have a I expected to do tough. I expected to fight back.
You got a popping tonight, man.
I appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? You got a popping tonight. Can I get a picture? Can I get Yo,
that's real love right there. That's real love right there.
This guy got popping tonight.
That's real love right there. He doing an interview, boss, man. Appreciate you, though, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah. I know. Well, I'm just showing love. Yeah, no doubt.
Facts, CW, you seen that, right? You seen that, right? Yeah. Did you see how the media marketing agent handle that? Professional, right? Mission is complete, man. Now you do have options, man. Team Tucker official boxing business. They made him do a stinky leg. Hey, what do I know? Please put some respect on the players in the game and get your stats up. You're going to be on here talking boxing, thinking you're ignoring the real players stepping. Only thing you're doing is just looking like a what? A jealous, bum, nigga, bum, bitch, talking about boxing.
All right, the news by Shanewz. We bringing it all to the table. You see the motion. We back. Okay, we reloaded.
Un Dios que está sentado a la diestra del Dios Padre. Pero ahora Él intercede por nosotros. That's how you do it.
Yes, that's how you do it, man. Shout out to Coach Reem, but that's how you do it, man. Serious inquiries only, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the sauce tonight, man. I just wanted to come on and share my thoughts, man. Not keep you guys long. But yeah, man, hopefully we can get some closure and find out why, certain fighters that are supposed to be the big draws and the big catches and the biggest, they're not being pushed. That doesn't make any sense. Or maybe it does make sense. And the industry is just telling us that a lot of stuff that we have been fed on YouTube is trash. But hey, what do I know? This is the Source Experience Media, Marketing, Management, Consulting Services. All the flavors available. 8 flavors of the hats. Hit me up. Worldwide shipping, 35 a piece. We have the merch. We have the CMOS. We have the strain. Hit me up, man. Serious business only. And also, Like I said, if you have a brand, yes, a brand, and you really know how to network, or you're trying to network, and you want the worldwide exposure, ESPN, man, hit me up, man. We can work something out, man. Because as you see, my brand, I don't know, it's been around, man. But hey, what do I know?
See what it is. Powered up by that Jackal Seymour's. Yeah. Definitely. Ooh, that's that Jackal Seymour's right there. Just put in that work. How was that work, man?
Good, 8 rounds.
Yeah. February what?
February 13th, tune in.
That's right.
ESPN Plus, tune in.
Yes, sir. This is the one right here. Jahad Tucker. Follow him on Instagram. Y'all seeing them all over. Major interviews. You know, we just getting started.
One question for you. In Lifetime, will you still do boxing?
Again,
Yeah.
I do not know. But I have a feeling this could be a Jake Paul lead-up fight.
Jake Paul is not a fighter. You should know that.
Okay, then we're good.
He is a wrestler.
Yeah, right? Oh, no, that's his brother, Logan. Jacob.
They're both wrestlers, actually.
Yeah, so that's a good lead-up to it, but no, I will not box.
Introducing first, out of the blue corner.
Another one.
He weighed in at 149
And another one.
with full trim. His record, 23 victories, only 3 defeats, 1 draw. 12 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From San Jose, California, Andy Tiburon.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimu-Helora. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.